Hello everyone, welcome back. In this part, we'll learn about budget constraints. So, chapter 2, part 3, we are working on to get to our constraint utility maximization, which will be the next part, part 4. But let's get started. Let's look at the second element of the utility maximization. We studied indifference curves. Now we will talk about budget constraints. Okay. So budget constraint definition, combination of goods or services one can afford to buy with a given income is your budget constraint. So assume that in this model there are no savings or borrowing. Y is your income level. PM is the price of a movie. The individual consumes only two goods, movies and cakes, right? PM is the price of movie. PC is the price of one cake. So we can write down our budget constraint quite easily. So the expenditure on movies can be written as price of each movie times number of movies we're consuming, QM. So it's going to be PM, price of movies times number of movies consumed. This is how much money I'm spending on movies. And the expenditure on cakes is similarly price of cakes times quantity of cakes consumed. So this is total expenditure on cakes times plus total expenditure on movies. All right, so the total amount spent is going to be PMQM plus PCQC, total money spent on movies and cakes. And it needs to be equal to your income because we assume there's no borrowing, no saving. Okay, so Y is equal to PMQM plus PCQC. We assume we're consuming only cakes and movies. Okay, let's assume your income is $30. So you have $30 in your pocket. You went out on a Saturday and price of a movie is $10 and price of a cake is also $10. So what is your budget constraint? You can just plug these numbers in. Whenever you see Y, you plug in 30 equals price of movies $10 QM plus $10 QC. Okay, so this is your budget constraint, budget line. So we can actually draw this budget line. We put the cake on the y-axis as before. We are going to put the movies on the x-axis. Okay, so let's take a look at this budget line. Okay, so assume that we spend all our money on cakes. How many you can buy? So quantity of movies is 0. I don't want to buy any movies. So I have 30 equals to, this first term will be 0. 10 times 0 is 0. 10 QC. So your QC is going to be 3 units. So long story short, you have $30 and one cake is $10. You're only buying cakes. There's no saving, no borrowing. That means you can't spend more than $30. You cannot put the money away. If you don't spend your money, it's going to be taken away by your parents. I'm just making it up. But if you have $30, each cake is $10. So how many cakes can you buy? If you put all your money in cakes, you're going to buy 3 cakes. Okay, so this is one extreme point. Similarly, if Andrea spent all her income on movies, again, she's going to go see 3 movies. Okay, so how did we find it? She's going to buy 0 cakes. This becomes 0. 30 equals 10M. Divide everything by 10. 3 movies. You connect these points, you're going to get budget line. Her budget line or budget constraint consists of all combinations of the red line. Okay, so again, if she spent all her money on cakes, 3 cakes, 3 movies. If we combine these points, we get budget line, which is the all combinations of the red line. All right. So Andrea would never choose the interior point. So this pink shaded area, these points, you're not spending your money. You're giving your money away because there's no saving, there's no borrowing, right? Here, you're just sitting at home. You're gonna use $30. You're just watching one movie, eating one cake, you spent $20. You didn't spend all your money. Here you spent all your money. So only the points on this red line, I'm going to get rid of all the other reds that I inserted. So only the points, including intercepts on this red line, will give Andrea the full spending that she's looking for. She's going to, so this is her budget line or budget constraint. She will never choose interior points, these pink points, because of non-satiation. Why should I not spend my money? I can actually spend all my money and be more satisfied. Okay, so before we continue, I'm going to show you a general budget constraint, folks. I think this is really important, general budget constraint, just for fun, okay? So imagine that we have y here, good y, good x. Therefore, you can put any good you want based on what you have in your example. You can actually do good x1, x2. Let's do x1, x2. It's better. I think so. Okay, so your budget constraint is price of good 1 times quantity of good x1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put q again to make it consistent with the previous one. Okay. Price 1, I'm going to call it q1 to make it not, it's x anyways. Plus p2, you can put px2. It doesn't matter. We know what we're talking about. Equals to y. If you want to draw it, it's here. So couple of things. I want to teach you a couple of things. So what if quantity of x1. Okay, fine. Let's put x's. X's. There's a song like that. Okay. Quantity x1 is 0. Let's say I'm going to consume no x1. Okay, so this one disappears. So you have px2 times qx2 equals y. So I'm trying to find qx2. How many x2s can I consume? Your income divided by price of x2. Hello, of course it is like that. And similarly, so this intercept will be your total income divided by price of x2. And if you only consume x1, you spend all your money on x1 consumption, price of x1. Okay. You then connect these 2 points. Let's learn about the slope of this guy. Slope of this one will be, it's going to be negative number p of x1 over p of x2. Okay, so keep that in mind. How did we find it? Rise over run. Rise over run. Put a negative sign because it's downward sloping. If you do this, you're going to find it. I want to go back to the cakes and this budget line, right? Cakes and the movies. So what's the slope of this guy? Slope is going to be, with the same token, minus price of whatever we have on the x-axis, PM, movies, divided by price of whatever we have on the, whatever good we have on the x-axis. So it's going to be negative. We know that the price is $10 each. So the slope is -1 for this budget constraint. All right, I'll see you in part 4 where we will study constraint utility maximization. Before I say bye, one more thing. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't done so, you have been watching these videos now, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Number 2, hit the like button. Stars and sparkles come out. I love hitting the like button on the videos I watch. I don't watch economics videos. I watch like some different kinds of like professional development videos, but that's a story for some other day. Once you hit the like button, long story short, YouTube puts this video in front of other economics students who are trying to pass their class, do better, or earn A's in their classes. Today, I'm not going to edit this out because I think it's kind of funny. Like, I'm stumbling on my words today, but go ahead and like this video and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.